What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the live. Click like, share, subscribe, whatever. So let's hop on. I was getting ready to read my book because I was like, I don't feel like going live today. But then it was just like, no, fuck it. And something just had to make it very clear, like, to me while I was just sitting here. I was like, to meditate, read your book, whatever. My apology on the noise. Hold on, let me pause it real quick so I can close the laundry room door. 1 second. Let me go look. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like more of a person. Like I don't really listen to everybody, but I probably go through it and listen to some of them every now and again. But it's just like it dawned on me. I was like, you know what? When it comes to humans and it comes to people, right? They tend to have like on a mundane level, most people don't really pay attention to themselves. They don't, right? But on a higher level, it's just like it's a lot of people that want to sit here and like, pretend like, oh, we ain't listen to her, she ain't talk about nothing. But I've been yesterday, I was hitting the nail on the head, and a lot of people felt that sting and that burn once I was like, all little Richie and Tutti Frutti all rooted, baby. You know what it is when it comes to that. Because anybody know that little Richard was, he tried to hide behind him, putting on the makeup and shit like that. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Wherever he went, his hat, he laid it home. Wherever he laid his hat, that's where he made home, right? But then on a whole higher level, right? See, if this is going to go to hierarchy, bureaucrats or whatever the case may be, people, churches, foundations and shit like that, a lot of these people, if you do your due diligence, all you have to do is like on a low level, poverty level, it's only so many options that they have where they can invest their money in. From the hood, shit, of course, you're going to want the police in your pocket. In the hood, of course, you want the pastor and the minister on the block to be on your roster. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of things that go along with that. But I was like, cut them where it's going to hit them in their knees so they know that it's real. See, when it comes to stocks and investments, if most people can't even have this basic conversation with you when you're building a business, right? It's color coded, it's psychologically coded, and it's bank coded, okay? On top of it being bank coded, when it comes to Senate, commissioners, governors, whoever, police stations, any investments that you put in these companies, it has to be trailed, right? So when you're trailing the money, I tell anybody, when it comes to some stupid shit, follow the money. And when following the money, all it takes, it requires for people like, if I go, let's say for example, with Puerto Rico, okay, who runs your water? Okay, Luma. If I want to go look into Luma, who runs Luma? Who has the main hold on them? Scotland and Canada, right? So if I wanted to, I'm gonna go look into stock investments. I can go to the stock market. Any stock market is categorized by how far you can go. Some people take it and say, oh, well, they're going to look over here at the public open investments. The private closed investments, those are usually the ones you need to be looking to, because even though that it might be private and it's only private equity given, you dig a little bit deeper because it's still going to have to give you who started that, where it's coming from, and who's the main person who holds that account. So for someone, if we're gonna play this game, I can play it way better than you, and you wasn't expected for me to like, oh shit, that is true. A lot of shit is public record. Anything when it comes to Senate, Congress, governors, state, federal, it has to be public record. Each physical year for certain places and certain things, you'll see physical year. Why else do you think a lot of things whenever they push orders, or if they push in documents, or they push in bills and laws? Oh, it'll always go into effect July 1st. Or the next encounter will be October, November, January. You follow what politics be like, I'm gonna put into effect of certain orders. You could follow an effect about who funded that for that order to go in. You can even go as far as, I don't give a fuck if they Republican or Democrat. Okay, who really got something going on, who really have an agenda to push. Guess what? Every agenda that needs to be pushed needs to be funded, right? So even when you need the agenda funded, I'm going to see who's your biggest funders. See, when they have put me in that St. Cloud place, all it was, even though they was thinking like, oh, she's scared, she's paranoid. No, motherfucker, I just wanted to see how stupid you was gonna go. So it was like, all right, St. Cloud Police Department, which was next to the Sheriff Department, which was next to their tax collector's office. And I was like, oh, but what was funny and what stood out like a sore fucking thumb was I was like, I would go to the 7-Eleven instead of, they had this little plaza and it was a grocery store, a meat store, and then a CPA store. Like, why would you want to sit next to a store where you smelling food? The nail shop that was there, they was pulling out. They was leaving. So, which also had let me know, I was like, damn, the Chinese motherfuckers leaving out of here, not the nail salon moving from here. But something said, Shrita, look at the door. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking at the door. Why would this grocery store need money from the fucking police department? I'm like, So I'm sitting there, I was like, well, pay attention to the employees, pay attention to the people who making the food and shit like that. And I'm like, all right. Similarities, you could tell who know who whenever they having the conversations. And then most of them, like when you go in, and I was like, the beauty of knowing Latin, Spanish, and it all falls down. You can understand Portuguese, you can understand Italian, it won't be difficult to pick up. The beauty of that, most of the time when these people doing their companies, especially in the Latin and Hispanic community, they bet on basic Americans or white folks not to look at how many different ways, because you spell their names, especially the last names, because most of the time when they have the two last names is basically the parental and then the maternal name. Because a lot of people are like, why Hispanic people have so many fucking names? It's the maternal and the paternal's last name. They carry both of the last names. But the thing of it is that white America don't get, and a lot of fucking Americans don't fucking get. These motherfuckers will try to play you stupid because they can spell the name in different ways. So if you was smart and you was really trying to dig in and do your due diligence shit, all right, well, they trying to say it's Rodriguez. And you know Rodriguez, Rodriguez, right? And then they'll go back in and put UES so you don't see that it was the Z, but it's actually still belonging to them, right? And then it's just like, all right, well, if you're going to sit here trying to pull a scam, motherfucker, be smart enough to make sure that the person who you fucking with ain't going to be able to point it out. I'm just saying, because somebody's sitting here like, well, how did you, it ain't how do you know and how does it flow. It's just like, it's the name of the game, but guess what? It's somebody in the community that you sitting here doing something that you ain't got no business. What I just said right there, that little piece right there alone will take down any fucking thing that you got going on. Somebody's last name is Malone or Mahoney. Because it's like you wanted to get away with something. Also, TD Ameritrade, because this card is looking at me. The federal government card is looking dead at me. And then it's like, how can we get away with it? I was like, shit, it's a lot of companies, if I really had to and I really fucking want to, it's just a fucking ride to whoever it is. Who's going to decide to listen? That's on them. But if they want to keep funneling the money and want something to be funded and wanted to keep an agency so fucking secret, why would you keep fucking with someone that you felt wasn't, like, if the people, like, first of all, why would I keep attacking the person if clearly that person showed me in every freaking way that they can outsmart me on any game that I'm choosing to try to play, strategy wise, mentally wise, psychologically wise, emotionally wise. Because most of the time, I'm like, if I had to be really fucking honest with you, I don't have fucking emotions. I don't care for this shit. The only, like I tell people time and time again, y'all lucky that I have fucking kids, because if I never did have fucking kids, shit, I would be hell on motherfucking wheels. Call me John Bohannon. You know what I'm saying? But shit, it just is what the fuck it is. But it's no reason for me to even have to take it there. But then, you know, the intellectual person and the person that was gonna have a real fucking common sense will be like, you know what? Let me see what these fuckers who put me on to this person in the first place, let me see their brain. Put their ass in the position and see what they do. They ain't getting out of it. I can guarantee, like the shit that these people did towards me, from the people who sent them towards me, I guarantee if they put that shit right back on every single last one of them motherfuckers, and even the small little bit of crowd of people that they got, I can guarantee you the motherfuckers wouldn't even make it past the first 3 days. I can guarantee it. They wouldn't make it. Because I was like, imagine if you put everything, the pressure that you trying to put on me, put it on these motherfucking people for 24 hours. They wouldn't survive it. They would be fucking freaking out, crashing the fuck out. They wouldn't, and they quick to strategize on another motherfucker, but let the strategy that they trying to use and put it on their ass, they wouldn't know what to do. Like for me, I would be the motherfucker sitting back, let me go ahead and make my tea and watch this shit. Because the reaction and the response from them motherfuckers, if they switch the game up and put it on the people who put them onto me, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers will be breaking at their knees, begging for mercy. Like, no, no. And if it was some shit you needed to know, trust and believe me, these will be the same motherfuckers that will break and say everything. Because they'll sit here and be like, oh, she right. No, no, no. What Sharita's doing at this time, this is called protecting myself. Because who's protecting me? Nobody, right? But I guarantee the motherfuckers, even with the protection that they have, they will fucking break. I can guarantee it. They wouldn't be able to take the pressure, not even for one little bit of second, because it's going to be like, wait a minute, is the doctor gaslighting me? Are they doing what? They wouldn't be able to, and their reaction and response to it, because guess what? Their brain is still on, yeah, we got to figure out how to set this person up, because their brain is still in this. So that means they're not utilizing both sides of their brain, because their brain is still going to be in the same aspect. Yeah, okay, so when I call this next person, I'm going to have them say this, like, I know how a fucking stupid motherfucker's brain gonna work. I already know how this shit gonna work. And it's like, in their brain, they're not gonna be able to psychologically process whatever the fuck it is that you're gonna bring towards them, because they're not gonna expect it. So when you get ready to go ahead and switch the roles, aka reverse psychology, whatever the fuck it is that you wanna do, they're not going to be able to fucking handle it. Because you wanna know why? Their brain is still on, I gotta get them, but they don't know what it is to be got. Because it's like, fuck, did I use that on somebody? Now their brain is in a funk or in a fog, because it's like, did I do that to somebody? But then guess what? They still trying to figure out how they could shut another person down. Go ahead and throw some fucking different questions at their ass, because the only thing that their brain is set on, and they not realizing, like, motherfucker, there's an entity on you, dumb motherfucker. But let's see if we go ahead and switch it up and switch the verbiage up, or how I'm asking the question to the ass. It's going to throw confusion, because guess what? How you ask the question prior to, they'll be able to answer that, right? But this is also people sitting back, okay, well, it's a possibility that the police gonna ask me this question, so I'm gonna give them they gonna set aside about 2 or 3 different type of answers that they could possibly give. For some of these motherfuckers, their brain is already fucking shot, because shit, if they on them drugs, they on that shit, or they alcoholics, motherfucker, they gotta write that shit down, because they not gonna remember what the fuck they don't say. But if they get their heads up, that's why most of these motherfuckers that y'all probably was getting this info from, you notice that most of them starting to install cameras in their home and shit like that, because they getting paranoid. If you wasn't doing shit, you wouldn't be worried. Like, I ain't got no cameras and nothing fucking around me. But these motherfuckers, I can guarantee, I can bet everything within the last fucking 2 months, these motherfuckers got cameras in their home. These motherfuckers went to go get backup phones. These motherfuckers sitting here trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna put this in the car, or whatever the case may be. Like, these motherfuckers is I'm trying to make sure I protect myself. Ain't shit that you can do to protect yourself. You still have to realize you wrote something on a legal form that is binding you, you idiot. So regardless if you got 2 to 3, 4 other questions that you thinking and hoping they may ask, or if somebody already went in, they gonna be calling them and asking them what they was asking you. Or you noticing that the motherfuckers that you know that you already notified or gave their courtesy to, and they're realizing, like, okay, the strategy is switching up on the people who can fund me, and then the other people are sitting there like, shit, okay, so where can we move this money so we can pay this person? Because at certain points in time, the phone is gonna act up. Certain people ain't gonna be answering how they used to. Then it's like, damn, such and such ain't in the group no more. Where they at? Oh, they had to go to work. No motherfucker, they ain't at work. They got caught up and they getting questioned and they trying to figure out how they can save their own ass. And now they coming back into some of y'all group chats and shit like that. And you thinking you doing something, they collecting evidence on y'all asses. So that's why I'm like, the immaculate, beautiful thing of this thing, when you know you're not doing wrong or doing anything wrong and you're innocent, stay in position. What the fuck? I mean, for me, the only thing is stay protected, stay ready. So I ain't gotta be ready for no fucking body. That's it. That's all. Cause I know I'm not doing shit. I know I ain't did nothing to no fucking body. So I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna keep trying to take the word of all these fucking people, that mass majority of these motherfuckers I ain't probably seen in 20 to 15 fucking years, coming in and putting statements on me. Some of these motherfuckers, I never fucking met them in a day in my motherfucking life. They just know somebody who I used to kick it with or vibe with, and you take a statement from people who never fucking had verbal exchange with me, let alone if they telling you right now, it's hard to get close to me because it's always been that way. Most of the time, anybody that even would get close to me, they will be fucking treading lightly because it's like, shit, what the fuck she gonna say? I'm gonna tell you some real ass shit that's gonna make you feel it in your chest. Shit, your heart might fall into your asshole fucking with me. Because it's like, shit, what you want me to do? Tell you a lie to make you feel good? I'm not gonna tell you what the fuck you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck you need to hear. That's where I'm usually the last person to know something, because guess what? They don't like reality. They don't like real. They don't like the harsh reality about what the fuck it really is that you're doing. Because when the person is in position and you know what you're doing with good intention, and you don't have no intention to hurt nobody and do shit to nobody, guess what they gonna fucking do? I need a crowd. They need an audience. I don't need a crowd or fucking audience. I don't give a fuck if you watching or not, but I guarantee whoever the fuck do need to look for information, they'll fucking find it. Because the stalking and all the rest of this shit, oh, okay. Either way it goes, shit, I know my rights. So anybody coming to do anything, shit, I know my motherfucking rights. You coming to me, not the other way around. Not me looking for you, not me hunting for you, not me Googling your name, not me being on your social media, because guess what? I don't give a shit about you. Your existence is shit to me. Basically. So a motherfucker can say, they're harassing me, that requires me to want to Google your name, go on social media to look you up. It will require me to want to go ahead and send you messages and shit. And I ain't did none of that. Because you're not relevant or important to me to even do none of that. Because you showed in every fucking which way that you have no relevance, for one. Two, you don't even take yourself fucking serious. And three, it allows me to know you a fake motherfucker that will put on a facade at any given time just to feel like to get your way, just to pull a power move, because ain't shit powerful about having to have an audience with you to do shit that you should be able to do on your own. Because I'll be the first motherfucking shit. I'm with the shits, but at the same time, you're not going to convince me to go against somebody, especially if I know I'm an unbiased person. I need to see both sides, and it needs to be a reasonable ground for me to be able to do something towards somebody. That's for one thing. And if you're willing to go ahead and take money, especially fucking chump change, to do some shit to somebody, shit, that allows you to know how much you value your life. Like I told that dude straight up to his motherfucking face, if I had to, and maybe if I never had no fucking kids, yes, I will tell a person straight up to your face. I don't give a fuck if it's a psych, a doctor. It doesn't make you crazy. I'm just telling you what I'm capable of, and I know what's in me and on me to be able to fucking do it and get away with it. But why would you put yourself in a position to take some money that if it's more than 10 people to one person, that speaks volumes. And you still over the last 10 months still ain't been able to get the getting and get them got. Ooh, but the biggest thing of it all is everybody's sitting there like, well, this person ain't doing it, so who's doing it? The phone been tracked. They get the phone calls. The motherfuckers you send in, they sit there and have the conversation with me. Shit, you gonna be a killer, baby, and I'm a better killer than you if I decided to do it. I ain't no killer, but don't ever fucking push me to have to be there. My life is valuable. You may not value yours because you willing to get your hands dirty for a motherfucker that wouldn't even take up for you to say, yeah, I knew them. Now your ass stuck in jail and prison, taking up time, and you did all of that shit for $1,000. That's sad. That'll equates to how much you value your own fucking self. Oh, I'm gonna take this $100,000 to keep quiet. They said, shh, shh. You're a doctor and you took that type of money, but the money that you fucking make off a salary alone, on top of what you make in a fucking year, you mean to tell me that $100,000 and you still ain't out of motherfucking debt? You mean to tell me you still took that fucking money and you still wasn't able to figure out what you gonna do next? Cause shit, after you took that money, it would have been smart for half the motherfuckers to quit the job where the fuck you was at. Cause eventually, they do come back and backtrack and figure out why the fuck would you stop working there? What would make you quit? Okay, so now the people, when it's time for the feds to start asking questions, so what made you quit your job? What's these new purchases? It'll be motherfuckers that took a lot of this fucking money. I can guarantee you these dumb motherfuckers went to go get new cars, trying to refurbish the house and shit. But you still over here working at Dollar General and McDonald's and shit. You rolling around in a new Dodge Challenger, which is way more than what you could even make in a year. And it literally would take you about 5-6 years to pay that bitch off, but you was able to purchase it. And I know income tax is not as big in checks as they used to be. They stopped that at the beginning of the year. So make it make sense of what was the worthiness of you doing this? These other motherfuckers on top of that, oh yeah, they good for their word for paying it. And y'all still ain't got payment in the last 3-4 months and you still doing this shit. I'm sorry, I'm not jeopardizing my comfort, my home, my family, my children, or nothing like that for a little bit of $10,000 that you still ain't fucking received from the person who was trusted that they said it was good for that money for you. Make it make sense. This is where I'm just like, these motherfuckers ain't got a little bit of common sense that's left in them that God bestowed on them. Because first of all, I ain't moving shit if I ain't got no fucking money. Because first of all, I need to at least have the money running so I could be able, if they do try to catch my ass, I can be able to bail myself out. Half of these motherfuckers can't even bail themselves the fuck out if the shit goes down. Then on top of that, the motherfucking people that they with, they gonna betray them. They gonna snatch up that money before you even, sir. If you gave it to little Lucy Coochie, she gonna take your shit before she even bail your ass the fuck out. Or ma'am, either way, depending on what kind of way of the lifestyle was, both of y'all gonna end up robbing each other at the end of the day. Both of y'all gonna end up fucking snitching on one or the other eventually. Cause somebody gonna get mad cause somebody ain't doing something that the next person don't want to. That's why I'm like, everybody like, why she so happy you hunky Kadori? Cause I already know how the fucking shit gonna play out. You keep your nose clean, you keep your hands clean, you ain't got shit to fucking worry about. But the motherfuckers who's doing this shit, that right there, chef's kiss. I would love to see what is gonna happen next on the news or whatever they pick and choose to go ahead and put out there. You can't keep creating chaos and motherfucking confusion and think that you creating a fucking illusion. You create an illusion over yourself, not me. I ain't boo-boo the motherfucking fool. I know what the fuck you doing, but I don't give a shit. It ain't hurting my motherfucking feelings. Shit, you can run your mouth all fucking out there in the motherfucking streets, but nobody's gonna be brave enough to say it to your face. So I can respect it at the same fucking time. You could be as disrespectful, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but motherfucking, you gotta understand at the end of the day, those motherfuckers can't bring it to your face. So respect that they say what they do as they please. That ain't got shit to do with me. That's projected energy. Cause no one is not, especially in these type of situations when it's indirect or they want to subliminal you or do dumb shit towards you. Those are the type of people that you can always know, just know for a fucking fact. Those will be the type of people that would never have the fucking courage or balls to say it to your face. So you respect it. You can respect that shit. Keep that shit over there. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. And even if they did have the audacity to bring it to your face, guess what? I can count on my own fucking money that you'll be mad before I get mad. Why you not get mad? Shit. You can talk all day, those words that you wasting your motherfucking oxygen. It ain't got shit to do with me. As long as you don't touch me, I can give 2 fucks about what you saying about me. I'm gonna talk about your kids and then, okay, congratulations, you want a fucking cookie. Long as you don't fucking touch me, I can give 2 shit about or what you got going on, what you saying, what you did, who you did it with, who you was fucking and sucking on, who you took away. I don't give a shit. Because it required me to give a shit in the first place. And if a person tells you straight up to your face, I don't give a shit, Learn to accept that. Some people struggle to accept the fact when you tell a person to their face, I don't give a fuck. And most of the people, that's your problem now. You don't give a fuck. Okay. And you're showing me in every rich reason way why not to give a fuck. Because this is what you do. And then you get so accustomed to it, you start not to fucking care. Because you know that's what they're going to do. Is it fair? Hell no, it's not fucking fair. But does it require you to give a fuck? Hell no. Because guess what? I can bet on myself to count on the fact that that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. So why give a fuck about what somebody that you already know this is what the fuck they're going to do? The hope and goal is to make you feel bad, make you feel insecure, make you feel sad, make you feel less than, make you feel beneath. That's the only goal and hope for it. But guess what? No one's going to do that intentionally unless they don't already feel like that themselves. Period, point blank. So no one is going to do nothing to somebody if they don't already feel like that for themselves. You can't go out there and disrespect somebody else and not disrespect yourself. You want to disregard someone else, you're disregarding yourself. So what the fuck? What does your self-disregard have to do with you trying to project out to me how you feel about yourself? Oh, they're a drug head. Okay, I know that you are. You remember as a kid? I know you are, but what am I? Let's be childish about it. I know you are, but what am I? So then they get mad about it and do shit and keep carrying it on and prolong it. But you can't hold on to it and stand on big business, because if the shit can actually be pinpointed that you're actually doing, now that the world is falling down, oh, whoa, it's me, it's happening to me. Shit, life fucking happens, bitch. Suck it the fuck up, grow a pair, get your fucking pads or something, bitch, and suck it the fuck up. You need some Midol? The fuck? Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like, for me, I feel so fucking happy. I don't know why the fuck I woke up so feeling so fucking good and so fucking happy. And I was just like, you know what? Happiness starts with yourself, baby. At the end of the day, like, you ain't finna make me feel no fucking way. Like I used to love when men think like, I'm gonna go fuck with her friend and make her mad. I'm gonna go fuck with a man and make her mad. I'm gonna have a baby on her and make her mad. Guess what, sir? At the end of the fucking day, you're the one looking stupid. Because whoever you went to go fuck with, and I clearly don't fuck with them, now you looking stupid, and now you're understanding why I didn't fuck with none of the people in the first place. But now you got to sit there and look at the situation. You're stuck, not me. It's not my problem. Because that's why when bitches be thinking like, oh, I took their man, bitch, you took that person's headache. You took that person's motherfucking headache. Shit, I ain't gotta argue no more. I ain't gotta worry about you trying to do something for me. I ain't gotta worry about none of that shit. Now you're responsible for their emotional baggage. Now you're responsible for their attitude and shit. You're responsible for their shit, not me. So where am I supposed to be depressed and stressed the fuck out at? Where am I supposed to feel the pain in my chest at? Because whatever the fuck it is that you're doing, it ain't hurting me. You can benefit from whatever fucking money y'all been stealing from me, but what part are y'all not getting? I don't give a shit. Have fun with it. Do what you will. I got other plans and goals anyway. Bitches that gotta sit there and steal from motherfucking people, you have no goals, ambitions, and you lack creativity for your fucking self. It speaks volumes and it shows. Anytime you gotta gaslight somebody to feel like you gotta do a power and control, which gaslighting is nothing but a form of fucking bait and switch. That's it. I need this person to behave in a certain way. I need the person to do something in a particular way. I need a person to do this so I can get what benefit of what I need to do here. Hospital psychology and shit like that, they need clinical research to back up the shit that they're doing when it comes to the DSM. I know that about psychology. I know that much. So of course, most of the people that they're going to utilize for psychology, I need you at a weak state or a weak point to be able to utilize whatever strategy or clinical research or thesis that I'm using. So depending on what kind of psychologist or psychiatrist you have, if they're in the process of getting their PhD, already have the PhD, or they have their master's, just understand you're going to be a part of their fucking research. Period, point blank. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Depending on your medical insurance, they can utilize and doing blind studies on you unbeknownst to you if you don't ever read your fine print. I've always read it. I just wanted to see how fucking far you're going to go. That's why publicly I can say that I never consented. So even if they try to pull some kind of, I have it on YouTube, sir. I have myself recorded prior to them even going to do that shit. You see the difference? And most people don't even know that type of standpoint, because them trying to use my videos as evidence, you're biting yourself in your own ass. Well, this is a class act. It can't be a class act if I'm presenting nothing but facts. Because at that point, even if you trying to say those are not facts, then okay, don't sue me, sue Google. Sue Google. Sue whoever owns fucking Google at that point. Because that's Google put it there. So when we go into college and we're in school and shit like that, and these kids got to do research papers and shit like that, and they got to go to Google, but you already said we can't use Wikipedia. Anything that we use, even in college, Gov, org, or net or something, sometimes you just got to do your due diligence to make sure that it's legit and that you can do your, references on it, right? So you mean to tell me all those references and archives that Google has on there, you mean to tell me that it's incorrect? Okay, so shit, then I might as well go ahead and get me a lawsuit or a class suit going for Google. Make it make sense. And then it's like you'll run across certain doctors, as I used to. I would type in whatever doctor I had and see if they ever did a thesis or dissertation. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, you can pick up somebody's thesis or dissertation. You can pick it up, scholarly research. So it's like, it's an assault to someone's intelligence when you can sit here and try to provoke somebody, but I got to be the one to put you the fuck on to do your due diligence to look the shit up. Because most of the time people come here and be like, I'm going to go look it up. And then when they look it up, it's like, shit, I ain't know all that. No shit, Dick Tracy. Just sometimes because some of y'all don't utilize the left or the right side of your brain. Some of you don't even have a fucking hobby. You don't do nothing outside of whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. Because right now, y'all focus is me. You're not focusing on you. You're not focusing on your home. You're not focused on what the fuck you got going on. Because some of you motherfuckers need to be doing your due diligence, set your fucking money up, and figure out what goals and ambitions that you have outside of this shit. It'll be a bitch sitting here talking shit. Oh, I got a man. What you gonna do when your man locked the fuck up? Don't worry, you gonna be in a panic state. I don't know how to make my baby stop crying. Bitch, you gonna be in a full-fledged emotional breakdown, psychotic breakdown. I don't know how to do anything. Well, bitch, that's what the fuck you get for wanting to just stay on home on your ass. Well, I was just a homemaker. And that's all you knew. Bust it wide open, bust out a baby and take care of the baby. That's it. You welcome to the babysitters club. You don't know how to be another woman outside of that? I'm just saying. And then it's like you get mad because it's like, well, shit, a real fucking man gonna sit here like, bitch, you got a point. You right, sir. I know I got a fucking point. I'm a fucking female's worst fucking nightmare, especially if it comes to men being my fucking friend. Sir, I'll sit there and tell you how to fucking rip that bitch apart within seconds. Trust and believe it. Trust and believe it. Vice versa. Shit, you a gay man? Oh shit, I'm a gay man's dream to help them go ahead and you want to bring them in, but let's bring that shit in a healthy way. Because we know what fucking toxic look like. But do we know what the fuck healthy is? Because most of the people that's going to choose to do dumb shit like this, guess what? They don't know no fucking better. They don't know what the fuck a boundary is. Hey, I don't feel like talking to you. I'm not emotionally available. Any other regular bitch that's in dumb shit, they're going to be crying and ready to go gossip, get click up, and be with friends because I'm telling them, no, I don't have time to listen to what you want to talk about. Shit, test the theory. If you're a man, tell your bitch that, hey, right now I don't feel like talking to you. Watch her ass be throwing the pots and pans around the house because she gonna have a fucking attitude from here to fucking Mexico and shit like that. I dare one fucking man to tell your bitch that, like, I don't feel like talking right now. And it's not like you mad at her or nothing like that. You're just mentally trying to process some shit that you got going on personally. Some bitches and clingy assholes that will claim that other women are fucking clingy, that bitch will show you every fucking which way, whether you was paying attention or not. It will cause you, just you saying that simple shit to her ass, you will learn in that fucking quick second, like, this bitch got a problem. Because most of the time, y'all stuck in shits and situations that you're not paying attention to the most minute thing that you need to fucking pay attention to, because it goes small and then that shit get real fucking big in the end. And then it's like, how do we, it ain't how do you nothing, motherfucker. Now you stuck like Chuck because you trying to figure out. Most men get trapped in fucking situations. You staying with a bitch over some kids. If that bitch cannot emotionally understand, let's co-parent. If I could tell James ass like, motherfucker, at the end of the day, it's about the kids, bruh. I don't shit with you, we ain't cool, but motherfucker, I could be cordial with your fuck ass. Any of my fucking baby daddies, but they know when my daughter, my oldest, went with her dad, told him and the wife, long as my child don't call me about nothing, you won't have no problem. But as soon as my child called me on some shit, it's both of y'all ass and your fucking kids. And I made that fucking clear. It ain't gotta be all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If my child calls me with a problem and y'all the cause of it, you and your so-called family gonna feel me. Period. But other than that, enjoy. And I left that fucking conversation at that. That's first, baby daddy. The second motherfucker, he ain't been around since the nigga was shit, since he was in the mood. I left Luis Alejandro Ponce when I was 6 months pregnant. After we got into that last fight, that was the last fight. That was the last time that man ever fucking put his hands on me. And then that was the day he fucking learned that he was never gonna put no motherfucking hands on me. I don't know about nobody else, but shit, he ain't never put his hands on me. 6 months pregnant, I woke this ass and he talking about, if you don't come back, I'm gonna kill myself. Well, shit, call me when you're done. And then I'm having to sit in the car. I was like, well, shit, Rita, if he kill himself, he can't call you if he did. But I was like, shit, either way, a win is a fucking win. Shit, take yourself the fuck out, or either way it goes. Shit, I know my power and authority. Motherfucker, I'll make your ass feel like you going cuckoo for cuckoo puffs. Ain't no voodoo or hoodoo in it. Shit, all you gotta do is treat a fucking person right and watch them melt down in motherfucking life. Because most of the time, people, you can tell when a person has never been fucking treated right, never had that type of attention, it fucking shows. They gonna nut the fuck up. And then people used to like think prior to me even wanting to date. Now people could start understanding this is why Sharita don't date. Because any man that I got with, which I've always did commitments. I didn't do all that loosey-goosey shit. I want to date 4 or 5 men. And no, I want to get to know you. The focus is on you. And then when you show me that you're going to nut the fuck up, I'm going to go to the next motherfucker. Nut the fuck up. I just need you to nut the fuck up. So when you nut the fuck up, the focus is off of you. On to the next. One person at a time. I don't need to court 4 or 5 motherfucking men at a time. No, that shit ain't fucking cool. That's too many fucking people to have to be emotionally available for. And first of all, I'm not an emotional fucking person. I hate being touched on. I like my motherfucking space. So if it's a man that can't fucking understand that, sir, you're gonna lose your fucking mind trying to figure me out. I swear to you. Every fucking time. There's not one man I fucking encounter that could not ever fucking understand that. Motherfucker, I like my space. You're gonna go play basketball, have fucking fun. But I'm just hoping, because now I don't do expectation, because expectation leads you to pure fucking disappointment. You're going to go play with, basketball with the boys? Okay, go play basketball with the boys. Have fun. But however, at any given moment that, hey, I'm at this point, regardless of what you decide to go do outside of home, I'm just taking note that, hey, he said he's going to play basketball with the homies. They going to dinner, right? I'm just taking up all your patterns of where you saying you usually go. So God forbid that it's a moment or a second that I do need you and you not answering the phone, I could pull up on your ass. You said that this is where you going to be at. Let your ass not be where the fuck you going to be at. All right. Now I know at this point in time, you not where you say you're going to be at. Sayonara. That's the end of the fucking discussion. Like now, sir, I'll cut your ass off by the simple fact you said you was gonna do something and you ain't did it. I'll cut your ass clean the fuck off. You will never hear from me again. Good luck on finding me. You'll probably know where the fuck I live. Knock on that door if you want to. 911. It's a stranger at my motherfucking door. You'll be locked the fuck up. I'm not playing. Like, it's gonna be real strict around these motherfucking parts because it's like when dealing with me, hey. You a grown ass man. Do what it is that you say you're gonna do. Don't do the complete opposite because you're not getting something from me. And when you're not getting something from me and you gotta go seek outside of it to go get it, you're not for me. You have no discipline. If I have the discipline to keep the coochie to myself, keep everything else to myself, and you clearly ain't got no friends, and I don't fucking do fucking friends, and people are gonna start to learn fucking right now why I don't do fucking females ever again. I would not ever do a fucking female to be my fucking friend. Bitch, we can't, and no, we ain't cool. I know of you, and if a female fucking with me, it's business. If you come in and get a service from me, outside of that, move the fuck along. Move the fuck along. I have zero problem with it, and then most people be like, damn, you rough on people. Shit, right now, this should be a clear reason why I'm so fucking rough on people. Sir, I don't give a fuck if I see a weakness in you, I'm gonna point that bitch out and I wanna see how the fuck you gonna react. It's simple. Shit, you feel like at this point, y'all thought y'all was gonna play. Okay. That's the worst game that you could ever sit there and play with me. And me just, I really genuinely like to see people. I just, like shit, if the good is in you, it's in you. But that was my fuck up. That's why I was like, I'm not mad at none of this shit, because it's like, you can see the good in people. Everybody have potential, but you can't fall for potential, because the potential will fuck you up every fucking time. Like, buddy, you can get out of this shit. That ain't for you. I used to be the person that have all the hope. Like, even though they didn't have the hope in themselves, you could tell when a person ain't got hope in them. Shit, it was so many fucking people. If I had really wanted to, and I really wanted to be on demon time, shit, I'll be on the winning team right now. Shit, I'll be the worst fucking villain that you will ever know. Be like, that's a motherfucker. You don't do that. Shit, and if y'all they ever call me a devil, then oh shit, if I really had wanted to react on where people be like, if she really saw her power, motherfucker, I been know what the fuck my power is and what control I have over fucking people. It's just not for me. And it's, even though it's in me that I know I can do it, and the fact that me myself can recognize that I know I have the capability of doing that, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna do that. Because first of all, half the motherfuckers coming to me, motherfucker, you weak already. If I can see where you broken at already when you come to me, and I'm nurturing, like, this is the beauty of it. If when coming to me, right, most of the time people are like, damn, it feels like loving on my grandma or being in the same place. Like, people will tell me all the time, I either remind them of somebody who always made them feel loved, feel safe, feel heard, cared for, and shit like that. Or even if they were in a dangerous situation, they're like, your energy is going to remind me of that. I know that jackass. Shit, half the time I already know what you coming to me with when you already broke it. Shit, it's like looking at them, you could tell if the mama had hurt the motherfucker. You could tell if the daddy hurt their ass. You could tell if the damn mama or the daddy wasn't really in. You could tell that shit. Well, I mean, at least I can. I can't speak on everybody else, but I know. So motherfucker, hey, over here, you gonna heal, motherfucker. Either you gonna heal or you gonna learn something. So regardless, even if they fucked up, it'll be a bitch that take on a man that I used to fuck with. He's doing something a little bit better than what the fuck he was doing when he was over here. So when a motherfucker leave me, he's doing better. Even if he's still fucking up, it's something in him that you're gonna recognize that they doing better, or they talking better, or they vocalizing themselves in a certain area. Because over here, you're not gonna play like that. Shit, even with my ex-husband, these are your daughters. James Henry Taylor V already fucking knew if I had stayed in that fucking city in Clarksville, not show up for my motherfucking kids while I'm not in your motherfucking person, you got a problem. I'm talking wet to everybody. And when I'm already knowing that y'all already, every single last one of y'all motherfuckers deal with fucking self-esteem issues, I'm coming. I know y'all weaknesses before you even fucking realize what the weakness is that you have. Because you too busy trying to look for mine. I have none. What is there to be weak for? When the worst torture you can ever get from the so-called people that are your parents, baby, the worst torture you could ever get on, I know half the fucking people would never fucking survive. Not even a fucking day and half, or in a day in my shoes of what the fuck I had to go through. Yeah, my mom used to beat the fuck out of me. Kudos, you want a cookie? You want a cookie? I might as well have been born in 1970s, because at least them bitches, they mamas was crackheads, and she was 12, and her mama was the one selling her ass for the crack, so her mama could get the crack rock. It be niggas that I was like, motherfucker, I know what your mama went through. Shit, I know what your granny went through. Based on how the fuck they carry the conversation, you could tell in the fucking family dynamic where the fuck the breakdown went at. Buddy, like, bruh, Don't ever fucking sit here when I can sit here and talk about your ass directly, indirectly, and break down your family of where shit went wrong. Cause guess what? Now it's a brawl. You ready to tussle, you ready to square the fuck up. Sit your bitch ass down and go get you some fucking therapy, bitch. Like, you screaming at the phone, you screaming at the TV, but remember, we don't know what she's saying. We don't know what she's talking about. But bitch, you still ain't did no healing now. You look at a motherfucker that can heal, and then, but low key, I really just don't give a fuck. It requires me to give me a reason to give a fuck about something. Shit, life. We're living to fucking die eventually. So shit, at least when I get ready to fucking die, I'm making peace with the shit. It just is what the fuck it is. Like, I'm tired of motherfucking crime. Does that shit hurt? Cause shit, you fucking with my kids, but hey, I'm gonna have to settle with what the fuck it is. It is what the fuck it is. Do what the fuck you gonna do, but hurry the fuck up. Cause prolonging it, shit, the number and colder I get, the funnier the shit it gets, and the darker my fucking humor gets, and most of you can't even fucking handle that shit. Like, you're a dark individual, you're hateful. Ain't shit hateful, bitch, you're just weak as shit. That's it. That's how the fuck I'm gonna see it. Boo-hoo cry. Well, this person took out your family. One less fucking thing to worry about. What's next? Because now this is the position you're putting me in to sit here and try to say, oh, we're gonna do this to you. We're gonna do this to you. It's just a form of trying to force someone to submit to what? What's the agenda, and what are you looking to make me to submit to? Help me, help you, help each other understand that shit ain't gonna fucking happen, because you're still needing to submit to an image and reputation. So you got to understand, tread lightly with what you're doing, because you're still putting on a facade. The difference between you and I'm not hiding shit. I can say it in the background, I can say it on live, I can say it to your face, but it requires me to give a fuck about it in the first place, and I don't. If I had to master the art of detaching in the midst of understanding that even the person that I was married to in 2014, oh, this motherfucker cuckoo. But he's not a motherfucker to try to physically touch you. He's a motherfucker to try to do something else. I know that about the Taylor family, the Parham family. It's pure observation. You know, most of the time, depending on how deep you want to figure out how somebody is, you can learn that shit in 3 months. That would take a motherfucking 10 years to figure that shit out. You can never learn no one in 10 minutes. Yes, the fuck you can. 10 minutes of knowing that person, put that person and take them and go meet their fucking family, that tell you everything. That's how you feel like you like a bitch. Go sit around that bitch for a couple months. I'ma entertain you, because shit, I ain't fit to court your bitch ass. You gonna think I'm courting your ass, but I'm really not. I'm just trying to get a fucking real feel of who the fuck I'm dealing with. And me sitting amongst your motherfucking family and how they fucking move around, that'll speak volumes to me, because it'll allow me to know, are you the do boy or are you the do girl of your fucking family? Simple. And now you done broke down what the type of person you fucking dealing with. Now, the beauty of the whole thing and the most immaculate thing, once you go ahead and be able to observe how the fucking family members move around, how many family members that this one person who's close to you, how often they mention or always around these motherfuckers, you know how to break a motherfucker down just like that. If you choosing to utilize this shit, it's simple. It's fucking simple. Like for me, I've always said, even when I gave birth to my kids, I knew which one some of my kids would break, and I know which one of my kids wouldn't break. The fucking hurtful feeling, like any time that I would talk about losing my kids, and they would be like, well, why you was always so focused on Marcus? Because poor Marcus didn't stand a chance from the fucking beginning. My poor baby didn't stand a chance from the fucking beginning. And then you put him in the hands of a real motherfucker, it's like, damn, this bitch will do some shit that you will be like, what? They got access to pharmacy. That's one click that whoever these fucking peoples are wasn't processed. Access to pharmacy, that's a threat. That's one. They have access to medical, hospital nurses and doctors. That's 3 strikes right there. As a DCF or a state worker, that right there will alert a problem if someone brought it to you. So we still trying to create this issue of people are crazy. You know, the facts are the fucking facts, because if you go in and we really do thorough investigations, I need toxicology. What was the cause of this? Okay, first of all, second of all, let's go ahead and see who is the person doing the body. How often did you get funding? I'm looking at all of that before I even do any type of fucking investigation. Because first of all, shit, if the motherfucker's paid, I could tell you anything. I could type up anything on a motherfucking report. I've seen it happen plenty of times. You think I ain't been to fucking morgues? You think I don't know how a fucking funeral home works? You don't think I not know how they gonna do this shit? Shit, I know how the black operates and I know how the light operates. Some of these motherfuckers will be so oblivious, and then it really do be doctors wanting to do their job. But they can't do their job because guess what? I still got shitty motherfuckers that's gonna not do their job. That's the fucked up thing about it. Even as motherfuckers being a cop, you know who's the dirty motherfuckers and you know the motherfuckers who genuinely want to protect and serve they fucking people. And it be fucking sad because then it be motherfuckers thinking they got a subpar fucking partner. No, that motherfucker, he been fucking his way up the ladder. I don't give a fuck if it's a man or a woman. These men be fucking up the ladder whether you know it or not. That's his butt buddy. You thinking they're best buds. No, they go fucking on them fish trips. They go fucking on them hunting trips. The fuck? It ain't stupid. It's just the wife is goofy. That's it. Because most of the time, if you got a man that his wife is very docile and just, hi guys, trust and believe me, he overpowers that woman in every fucking given moment that he can. Trust and believe there's going to be receipts in somebody that if you notice out in the street when that person's moving about, and even if as a police officer or whoever it is that they do in those fields, and you see that it'll be pretty fucking women or beautiful women like, hey. And it's like, if the wife is not present, you can tell who we fucking. You can tell. But it's like, I was like, the biggest threat of this whole situation is where a lot of people had the game fucked up. It was just like the fact I had a win in this situation. The fact that you didn't believe me and the fact that I could present the facts and evidence and pinpoint the right motherfucker to go look in the direction. That's where they fuck themselves. You ain't of the dark world. Well, they always said if you dress nice, you look good and put on a good image, it'll fuck them up every time. That's rule of the game. Always dress nice to cover up the shit that's really happening. You wouldn't think a bitch is getting beat on, raped, doing all this other shit if she dressed nice and looked pretty or had a particular career. You're not going to ever think that it's that type of person that would do that. Any crime scene, or even if you watch on a fucking movie, the churches be involved like a motherfucker. They be balls deep in some shit, and you be like, what? Yeah, them female pastors be even the fucking worst ones. They the worst motherfuckers. Just pay attention to what type of husband she got. You can tell who running what. You can tell who wearing the pants in that motherfucking relationship. And shit, even and depending on how she running and shit and how the fuck she talk to a motherfucker, you can tell what's the extracurriculars of what that bitch is in. If she's beyond super fucking masculine or very strategic business wise, oh, she fucking on her that friend that you think is a female friend, she fucking on her. They secret lovers. That shit happens all the time. Them disgruntled ass old women and shit like that be always fussing at their husband. She mad because, Susie wasn't going to be her girlfriend and she can't do it in public because in the 1950s and 1960s, that was never heard of. We couldn't be lesbians in our days. And them bitches get mad at me like, bitch, we are out this bitch. All right, air this bitch out and your motherfucking feelings will be hurt way much more than mine because you an embarrassment. You an embarrassment. You're sitting in embarrassment. I stand corrected. And you're still sitting in shame, but how dare you try to put shame and embarrassment on somebody who just don't give a fuck? I did it, and so what? What are you going to do about it? What? Yeah, I'm going to use that against you. Are you? Because to me, either way it fucking go, a win is a win. A win is a fucking win because you're the one that got to fucking complain and convince somebody else to go ahead and give you authority over something that you had no authority to. Shit, I know this bitch, how you getting these kids to get this stuff? Because I wasn't even given a court date. That's one. Two, oh, well, we couldn't find you. No, y'all knew how to call my motherfucking phone now. And I'm a billion% sure when it comes to DCF CPS, there is a fucking way to find a person who you need to find whenever it comes to kids coming into state custody. Because if I'm not missing anything, the kids shouldn't even been in her care without you doing the proper background and making sure some other shame things wasn't going on. But hey, with Shane being in your pocket and him having, you know, access to Orange County and Sanford and shit, I mean, I can see how it could work in your benefit. But do you think I'm tripping about it? No, bitch. I just want you to do your shit on your dollar, on your dime, because you always been trying to be in Sharita's pockets. Even every fucking man, they just seem like, oh, this is a come up. She don't mind. I don't mind. If you mind, I don't mind. But then it's like at the same time, when I realize that you're trying to fucking play, I play a way better game. And if I tell you to your face, don't fucking play with me, and you decide to play, okay, now you decided to start a fucking war on your own. And I promise you, you're going to destroy it. You started it, but I can guarantee that you're not capable of finishing none of this shit. Because you're going to be losing your fucking brain because you pissed off. Because guess what? Now all your hoes ain't acting right. Your bottom bitches ain't bottom bitching no more. The fucking slores ain't sloring no more. Now you're fucked up in the game because it's like, shit, I needed them to act right and they ain't acting right. Didn't I tell you not to fucking play? Now I decide to fucking play. Now you acting like I'm fucking Chucky in this bitch. Or like I'm fucking Mike Myers. You destroyed her home. Bitch, I ain't destroyed shit that wasn't already fucking destroyed. It would never been destroyed if it was strong in the first place. Boop, there it is. Boop, there it is. Back in 1996 again. It be motherfuckers old and still trying to relive your glory days. Bitch, give it up. But at least you can have some goals or do something else better for a level up. We're never too old to do any fucking thing. It's just you believing yourself and self-doubting yourself. So you want somebody else to come down to your fucking level. That's like crabs in a fucking barrel type shit. I'm going to climb on this one just to get out. No, it don't even fucking work like that. It's too much fucking money out here. You talking about we got hunger in the world. We shouldn't have fucking hunger in the world. If motherfuckers can make trillions, and we only got billions of people in the world, you mean to tell me of all that fucking money, you couldn't drop a trillion to each place so they can, and I'll leave that there. It's like all this shit is just, to me, is just irrelevant. So why fucking care about none of this shit? Okay, cool, you're gonna take the kids, or you're gonna either take them and unalive them. It's just gonna go one or two ways. Oh, I don't want them to get this. Oh, I'm gonna stop their money. What the fuck you stopping my money for? Because that means you're trying to stop my suffice of living and stopping my means of living so you can have control of, you can only have $10 today. Bitch, what? When it comes to me, my bills are getting paid. When it comes to you, you're still asking for extensions every fucking month. Why is it that you can't pay for nothing if you got all these niggas on your roster to pay for your shit? Make it make sense. It'll be a bitch out in public trying to stunt and shit, but be back in the background crying, can I get $1,000? Can I borrow $10? Can I borrow $100 for what, bitch? Oh, you need your fix today, ain't it? It's just the facts are the facts, because half the motherfuckers is like, don't try to attack somebody and try to attack their character when I can pinpoint the facts about your shit. Then we sit here looking stupid because it's like, shit, follow the money. All right? It looks like you work for the church. All it takes for me is do my due diligence. What church is it? Who usually funds these churches? And those who funding these churches, what business do you have? All right, most of the time, if they run certain businesses, they're going to have a portfolio. They're going to have a portfolio. So we're going to go on the stock market and see what stocks is doing great things today. And 10 times out of 10, you just got to see what's going on with the news, what holidays and shit like that is coming up, just to pinpoint where the fuck they will put this money at. Because most of the time, they're going to want to, when it's holiday time, Super Bowl and shit like that, I'm going to invest my money in the Super Bowl aspect of it so I can get some profit out of that. And out of that profit, I can use what little bit I get from that. And if I got TD Ameritrade, I can use that crypto, whatever, encrypt the money, put it on digital currency, and I can pay a motherfucker to do my dirty work. Boom, there it is. It's simple calculation, simple math. But it requires you to understand the psychology of the person to know what a criminal will do and to know what a good person would do. That's it. But in order to know the bad, you had to be there, right? You had to be a part of it, right? Yeah. Because that's all I fucking knew. But then for me to know what good looked like, even though I had to look on the outside, but I knew, but on the outside, to look in what good is, it was easier to pinpoint who was actually doing the devil dirty shit in the home. Why? Because I come from the dark. So to see light, you gonna know what it feel like. You gonna know what it look like. Shit, I want that. I want that life. So right now, you making everything a little bit lighter. And basically, you're giving me a chance and opportunity to start fresh. Granted, would I grieve? Hell yeah, you're going to grieve the loss, especially when it's your children. You're going to fucking grieve. And a person who don't grieve their kids, they listen, ain't no soul in that motherfucker. Ain't no soul in that motherfucker. That motherfucker ain't got no soul. You cannot have a soul when you get kids involved in this shit. Anybody that can tie up some children and some shit, you have no soul. And that's facts. So don't get mad at somebody to be able to pinpoint some shit and then be having the that's time my way. They ain't taking care of their kids. They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. No, motherfucker, you ain't the one that's doing that. And if you knew about somebody killing, bitch, you have no soul. And try to call somebody else soulless shit. No, motherfucker, I'm just emotionalist. It don't mean I ain't got no soul. Because I'll still love on anybody. I'll still feed somebody. I'll still help a person. But shit ain't even if it's a motherfucker that did me wrong, I'll still help your ass from a distance. That's the type of shit you watch from a distance. I don't be giving a fuck. Shit. Being by myself, I'm cool with that. Shit, we got vibrators and shit like that. The fuck? I'm not gonna ever like sacrifice how the fuck I feel and who I am just to make another fucking person comfortable ever the fuck again. Cause most of the time I was dimming myself to make motherfuckers feel comfortable. Not ever again. If you feel uncomfortable, bitch, you just gonna be uncomfortable. That ain't got shit to do with me. If you're uncomfortable, go reevaluate yourself. That ain't got shit to do with me. You move the fuck around. Cause shit over here is strong, healthy boundaries for myself and for others. And if you can't respect that fucking boundaries, that's a you problem. That ain't got shit to do with me. I wouldn't do that. The fact that you started that conversation where I wouldn't have did, that spoke volumes, okay? Because it's a you problem. Because I wouldn't have had, and I wouldn't give a fuck what you would have did. Because it requires me to give a fuck about you in the first place, and I don't. It's not about your world. It's my fucking world, and I live in this fucking world, and you want to be a part of it, or you want to be in it, and you too busy trying to poke and prod because you feel like you need to know somebody's fucking business, and my business ain't your motherfucking business, nor your fucking concern. And then there'll be a motherfucker trying to assert authority, I demand respect. Bitch, you can't get respect if you ain't giving it to your motherfucking self, ho. The fuck? In the first place, respect your motherfucking self. And then people can start having fucking respect for you. Other than that, what the fuck I give a fuck about how the fuck you feel, what you think, and what the fuck you going through. Choke on the chicken bone for all I give a shit. But it don't have shit to do with me at the end of the day. That's like someone trying to fucking call me and talking about, your mom died today. I probably fucking laugh and be like, great. Let me know when you put that motherfucker in the grave. If not, cremate that hoe. You know what I'm saying? No difference from the next person. Shit, I'll forgive your ass, but don't think I ever trust your ass. Don't ask me for shit because we're not on that type of level or that type of time. Period, point blank. That's why most people get caught up in their feelings. Ain't shit for you to get caught up in your feelings about. Long as you know you living right and you doing right. Don't ever get yourself concerned about shit. Because I know for me, from here on out, shit, I'm going to guard myself. It's about me. Either you going to add to, you know what I'm saying? Because in any fucking relationship, that person is meant to add to. You know what I'm saying? If I'm happy, you should be happy. And so we add in our happiness to bring even more happiness. But motherfuckers can't do that. Anyways, onwards.